Judge, this is case number JVB 1030, Armstrong case.
Thank you. You're welcome. You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Armstrong?
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Miss Tally over here, we decided to have a baby together about 3 years ago. And we got a divorce. And now I just need her to pay some child support.
Okay. Well, you guys are going through a divorce, right?
Well, yes, sorry, we're going through a divorce. I wish it was over already. But I've been paying health care for a long time, ever since the baby was born.
How much is the health care?
It's $111 a month.
Okay.
This baby is 2 years old. We've been together for about 3 years, and I just, that's a lot of money.
Mrs. Armstrong steps forward in court seeking child support from her ex-partner, Miss Tally, for their 2-year-old son, Alex. She explains that she's been covering the child's health insurance and wants Miss Tally to contribute financially. However, Miss Tally argues that her focus is on having more time with Alex rather than just financial obligations. The judge listens attentively, noting the tension between financial responsibility and parenting time. With both sides presenting their perspectives, the stage is set for a fair yet heated discussion as the court weighs the importance of both financial support and parental involvement.
Okay, she needs that money. You don't want to pay that money?
No, ma'am. Instead, I want to spend time with this child. She's not allowing me to see my son, Alex, for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I have an amazing 2-year-old son that I'm being denied access to see. And I do not believe that I should be paying child support rather than I should be able to spend time with my son and actively be in his life.
Okay. Is there a reason you have not been allowing her to see Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, Judge, I feel like time is not money. And,
Well, stop. Hold on. It's not money. But you would agree with me that she is the mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want for her to deny you access to Alex?
Well, it would be
It's a yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. So, you do not have a reason to not allow her to see her son.
But she doesn't help me take care of my son.
Now, financially, we'll get to that in a moment. She's not going to have a choice if the child is living with you primarily. Is that what's
Correct.
going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how often do you allow her to see him at all?
No.
Okay. Now that's going to change today. You do not have any authority to do that. You do not have it both ways. You can't say, I want her to pay this money, but at the same time, I don't want her to see our son. It doesn't work like that.
Well, once she starts paying me some money, then she can also start seeing the son.
Well, they don't go together.
Okay.
But the possession to a child has nothing to do with paying child support. You do not decide that. You understand? Yes, ma'am. Okay, because in a different court, you could actually be held in contempt for that if you all had a court order and you were denying her access to your son.
Armstrong presents her case, emphasizing that she has been the primary caregiver for their 2-year-old son, Alex, and has been paying $111 a month for his health insurance. She expresses frustration over Miss Tally's lack of financial contribution and demands child support. However, Mrs. Armstrong also admits to denying Miss Tally access to their son for the past year and a half, which raises concerns about her co-parenting approach. The judge listens attentively, noting the tension between financial responsibility and parenting time. Mrs. Armstrong's focus on money over shared parenting raises red flags, prompting the judge to challenge her actions. As the drama intensifies, Miss Tally prepares to present her defense, setting the stage for a heated confrontation.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do not have any objection to paying child support. Okay, so you heard that, right? Okay, all right. So it seems like money is what's important to you, not necessarily her having a relationship with the child. That's right, right?
Yes.
And that's sad. And it's very sad that you admitted it. Okay, so you turned in some tax returns up here. I have your gross at $6,000 a year. And how many children? It's just Alex, right?
It's just one. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children outside of Alex?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that brings your net down to $4,789.79 for one child. And then you do have to reimburse her health insurance because she's
Absolutely.
been paying it. You're okay with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you don't really have a choice, so okay. Plus the 111 comes out to $1,069 a month.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am, Miss Judge.
Okay. Why do you have this smirk on your face?
Oh, I like those numbers. Judge Rhonda. Judge Rhonda.
Sad. She's not going to have to come back in here and say, you know, she's not letting me see my child or anything like that, is she?
So when she sees the child, do I have to be
no.
around?
That's a no, because you're not going to do that, right? You're going to let her see the child?
Do I
Yes.
have to be around her when she comes? She has to come pick the child up, like for a weekend?
Yeah.
Miss Talley steps forward, arguing that she wants more time with their son, Alex, rather than just paying child support. She believes Mrs. Armstrong is using money as a means to control access to their child. The judge quickly intervenes, reminding Miss Talley that child support and parenting time are separate issues. The judge also warns Mrs. Armstrong that continuing to deny Miss Talley access to their son could have legal consequences. Miss Talley insists she's willing to contribute financially, but her primary focus is being an active part of Alex's life. The tension between the two parents builds as they struggle to find common ground, each asserting their rights and desires in the face of growing.
You guys have a child, so you should be able to be cordial with each other to some extent. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but
It has
you
to
do
be
need
able
to
to
let her
benefit the
see.
child.
Huh?
It has to be able to benefit the child. I mean, you have to look at Alex's best interest in his life. He needs both of his moms. It's like you can't just deny one.
What's the
I agree
least
with that.
amount of time that I can let her spend with my child?
You know what? We're not going to go there. You're going to let her see him. And that's the end of it. You have your money, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So do you have any other questions? All right. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Concludes, the judge reflects on the legal principles at play. In Texas, child support and parenting time are separate matters, and denying access to a child can lead to serious legal consequences. The judge emphasizes the critical importance of co-parenting and prioritizing the child's needs above all else. She reminds the parties and viewers that court orders are not optional, and avoiding responsibility only harms the children. The episode wraps up with a call to action. If you know someone facing a similar situation, share their story, as these cases affect children's futures. The judge's final words are a blend of tough love and accountability, urging all parents to put their children's well-being first, ensuring their decisions today shape a better future for the kids tomorrow.